There's not an awful lot of room between that flag and that penalty area.
She's in the final group with new Hall of Fame member Lydia Ko, whom you see there is 2 behind Gino Titukun, as they have separated themselves just a bit here. Lydia is 3 under today, so is Gino, and a big shot here for Lydia. Gino looks on and waits.
Ball's above her feet.
You like that one?
Karen, this has been the toughest hole all week here, this 9th.
Well, this whole location is not going to make it any easier for these players. And the reason why Lydia is so concerned with that wind, you can see the wind's off the right. Lydia likes to play a little fade, so that will take some distance off the shot. You have to be so precise. There's only 13 yards of green total on that right portion of the green where the flag is situated. It's not often you see Lydia this indecisive about the shot, or this, you know, with this much doubt. But one thing's for certain, now she's gone into it, this is what she's buying into.
Not a lot of wind, but just enough, right, for a shot like this?
Well, particularly
after an emotional week last week at the Solheim Cup. Karen, this was from earlier. Lydia Ko at the 6th for birdie.
And one of the longest, well, the longest par 5 on this golf course. But Lydia Ko getting the job done with the putter.
She began today 2 5s at that point. Lydia had this for eagle.
Just off a little uphill lie, and I think we all thought she had a really good opportunity to make it. For 4th.
And back we go to the 9th.
Well, Lydia Ko has a putt for birdie.
She does comfortably on this green. Like her 2 playing partners, playing from the back portion of this green. This is going to be very delicate down the hill, may slide just off to her left.
Could be to tie the lead because Gino has a putt for par. Did she make it? It's going to be a 4 for Lydia. Lydia did briefly tie the lead earlier in the round, but it was only for a couple of, or maybe less than a couple of minutes, because Gino then followed her in with a birdie at 6.
Back we go to the tee as our final group makes the turn. Lydia Ko now just 1 back.
This par 4 10, 395 yards today, the longest we've seen this whole place so far this week. Just a slight dog leg left and slightly into the wind. You can definitely feel like something's coming out here, guys. Feels like the atmosphere is changing a little bit.
No rain in more than a month, but a chance of some heavy stuff later today. By the way, Karen, she's missed 1 fairway each day. That's it for Lydia.
That's impressive, given that her driving has been a little bit of a weakness within her game over the last sort of 4 years or so. But really, she has found security with her driver when it comes by hitting that little fade. I mean, it's an effect. Continually keep working on the process, trusting that eventually it will pay off, and here it is paying off.
And Lydia did that, didn't she, when she fell outside the top 50, worked her way back to number 1, currently 3rd in the world, and 1 back.
Ko with 140 to the hole, slight side hill lie, ball just below her feet.
Okay.
Lydia just applying the pressure here.
Long birdie putt coming for Gino Titukun. 5/11th coming up. And now Lydia.
She's done a great job of converting these opportunities so far today. I watched her roll in a long one at the first for that first birdie of the day. Really just seems so steady today being in this situation compared to her two playing partners. I think that experience goes a long way on this final round Sunday. Go with about 15 feet down the hill.
And we have a tie. The 17th birdie to go along with an eagle for Lydia. Just a single bogey in, what is this now, 64 holes for the week?
Was just so impressive. Watching Lydia plot her way around the golf course, the drives, hitting the fairways, hitting shot shapes into these flags, taking on pins that look somewhat intimidating, and then making the putts.
Since winning at St. Andrews, and here she is with a chance to win again.
No question. I mean, Lydia just seems relentless when it comes to her pursuit around this golf course. Gino's doing everything she can to keep her nose just in front, but that last hole with that birdie, I mean, just a great example of what Lydia's been doing, hitting the fairway, challenging those flags with fantastic iron and distance control, and then wielding that putter as we've seen her do in the past so well.
Off they go to the 11th.
Par 5. A little bit more breeze here. So it's been playing slightly more difficult, Amy. Is that because it's into the wind here?
Yeah, totally into the wind at the moment. This is the strongest wind we have seen all week. This hole, however, playing the shortest it has all week as well on this par 4, 457 yards today. Co's just been spot on with this club today. Hasn't even been looking most of the time of where it ends up.
Yeah, same there. She doesn't even look at where the ball finishes. So confident she is in the way she's hitting that drive. And she's talked about the fact that she's driving the ball well, and the stats would indicate that. Trees really beginning to rustle, though, as Amy was mentioning, that breeze kicking up as we take a look at 54-hole positions of her victories. 11 times she led or co-led, 4 back once, 2 back twice, 3 back on 4 occasions. Today, of course, Lydia was a couple back starting this final round, now tied for the lead. Taking a look at our insights by KPMG there. Now ready to go. This one slightly below her feet, Amy.
It is just below her feet. She's got a hybrid here. 203 directly into the wind and uphill to this elevated green. Pin over on the front left side today.
Oh yes, that chases up. Just got to get up a little bit more. There's a little front there. That is perfect. What a shot. Really, that is top.
Really does feel like it.
Let's take a look at that second shot one more time. And this golf swing, what do you like?
I like the fact that she's very content and comfortable with hitting that fade. She's not trying to do anything other than that. The practice swing, the little set that she does in her backswing at the sort of the 9 o'clock position with her arms is identical to the position.
Some power in her game. Lydia Ko, though, with a wonderful second shot, sets up a great eagle chance. We'll see it when we come back.
11th. Still a good week for Nelly after the...
Oh, no question.
Amazing.
Has to be exhausted.
Yeah. Here we go, Tom.
Yeah, this is to get to 20 under par. This is for the eagle.
Putting from the front of the green, similar line to where Titicun was playing from, so she'll have a good idea of what kind of speed she needs on this one. About 15 feet below the hole.
3, at what a time to do it. And Lydia Ko has a 2-shot lead now in the final round of this Kroger Queen City Championship presented by P&G.
Looking forward to going over to Asia. You get treated really well over there.
I just had English wine. But before that, I did. It's so bad.
These two former on the tee here at the par 3.
Nels was standing here waiting, talking, chatting it up with Gino Titicun. They were having some good laughs. Just passing the time. The par 3 today, 163 yards.
Take a look at this one with our top tracer technology. Presented by Progressive Insurance.
We saw Lydia has a 5-iron out, so this isn't going to be a very big swing for Lydia. Just a smoothie.
And Lydia's going to play in Korea. 2-shot lead for Gino Titicun. When the day began, she led by 2 after the 8th hole. Lydia with the birdie at the 10th, and then this for eagle at the 11th, and it's Lydia Ko in front by 2. Great venues, great champions. And how about this on the 15th hole yesterday? Remember that tough bunker shot she had?
Oh, that's ridiculously good.
Gino made birdie. Lydia had a putt that, had she missed, should have been 5 shots back late yesterday. Made it. Gino had a couple of stumbles coming in, and suddenly now Lydia leads by 2.
I mean, with the high ball flight as far as she hits it, not really a surprise.
Neither is it a surprise to have these two at the top of the leaderboard. Lydia Ko in front by a couple, and she's got a pitch shot here from behind the 12th.
Even though it's felt like summer here all week, it is fall now, I guess, technically. So she's just doing a little cleanup, getting some of these leaves off the green, especially as this wind has kicked up. It's brought a lot more debris into this area. Go just off the back. Has a decent lie, though, in this rough. Plenty of green to work with, but downhill all the way.
So, Karen, we should say with Lydia, this is for birdie, right?
We should, but it's not a shot that you can fall asleep on too. You can see how the ball is kind of perched up on top of the grass, so you really have to judge contact with that club face. You see she's almost not really grounding that club all the way to the bottom of the grass to try and gauge that contact, but still came out a bit fluffy because of it.
Titicun, wonderkind. Now these two are going at it head to head. This is for par to stay in front.
She's left herself about 8 feet short of this hole. This will be a downhill putt for Ko, also sliding to the left.
And the short game, as it has her entire career, saves Lydia again.
She's going to have any chance. Birdie, birdie, eagle. And maybe there's an outside chance she could set a target in the clubhouse, which will get these players thinking. They're still back on the 13th tee, which is where we find Lydia Ko.
This par 4, 399 yards today. the fairway here. Another one. Quite a few rolling mounds and undulations. Can get some unusual kicks in this fairway.
Yeah, that's back on the 13th hole. Cloud cover has come in. We've been told that the bad weather is to the north of us, so we're okay at the moment. Is that looks like it could be one of the greatest ice creams that was brought into the. But I cannot believe that Lydia would be eating an ice cream out there. I'm sure it's far more healthy.
It's got dairy. You know, it's good for you.
We haven't had a delivery today.
No. Not too late.
It's not too late.
Tom, you guys are shameless. I mean, just throwing it out there.
We always like to sample the local delicacies.
Yeah, it's part of what we do.
Yeah. Report back.
It has been, we saw in that graphic, Tom, just fascinating to just watch what's happened today.
With the back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's really been going kind of one way overall for Lydia. And I thought at the 6th hole, when she sort of briefly tied the lead and then Gino made that birdie to regain the lead, that I thought Gino would press on, and she did with that eagle at the 8th, but dropped back at 9, and Lydia just pounced there at 10 and 11, as you saw. A lot of club here, Amy.
Yeah, it looks to have a hybrid here. She's got 187 to this back pin today. Ball just didn't get any sort of rollout or release off that tee.
It's that little fade that she plays into the wind. Just kind of knocked it out of the air, I suspect.
That's such a good shot. I mean, think of the shot she hit there and the shot she hit on 11. That is world class.
This has got to feel dead calm compared to her last start at St. Andrews.
Yeah, the conditions there are so difficult, and she handled it so well there.
I mean, off that, just that little upslope, hitting that little fade. And this is, you know, again, I've talked a little bit about Lydia going back to her roots with hitting the fade. This, to me, is Lydia going back to her roots again by hitting
under. And another chance for Lydia to add to the lead.
Yeah, big putt here. I mean, this has just been so impressive in the final round from Ko.
Haven't really seen any weaknesses in her game today, and she said she felt like this week her putting has just kind of been average, that she's just made the critical putts when she really needed to. See if she can roll this one in.
Yeah, she talked about smart club selection off the tee and just giving herself chances this weekend. She's given herself a great chance here. Yeah. It takes Lydia Ko to 7 under par in this final round, and now she has a 3-shot lead. And you think about the approach at 11, she made the eagle, and then this was exquisite with the wind really starting to gust. Just pitched it in the perfect spot, Karen.
Well, it really did. I mean, a great judgment, because she's been playing that little fade. So she faded it up into the wind, allowing the ball to stop a little bit softer on the green and just using the contours
to play. Karen, it's amazing. You think about the year she's had. She started with a victory in the season opener. 2 great chances to win in her next 2 events, including a playoff loss to Nelly in Bradenton. Dipped a little bit, began working with Holt and Freeman, found some form late summer, and she hasn't looked back since Paris.
You can tell she's not searching anymore. She has a plan, and she's executing that plan.
Good. Take a look at our top tracer technology here, presented by Progressive Insurance. She's missed one fairway each day this week. That's it. I like your chances here. What do you think?
I do too. I mean, little fade. This time, riding the wind a little bit.
Watch out.
See.
How about
Even avoiding the divots.
How about for Gino now?
The top 10 heading back to where she went to university.
You see, Yan Liu just left her tee in the ground there. And Lydia is going to be first to play, leading by 3.
All 3 of these players within 2 yards of each other in this collection area, and just to the left side of this fairway. Ko will be first to go. She's got 124 yards to the pin. Hole today in the back middle portion of the green.
It's okay. Wind just got hold of that one a little bit. You could hear the wind gusting in the microphone there up by the green.
So after getting the relief
to get it up and down for a par to stay at 15 under, but it is looking more and more likely that it will be Lydia again as a winner, but we'll see.
as they headed to the 9th. She's now 3 ahead. And Amy Rogers with that final group. She's going to go first, is she not, Lydia, here at the 14th?
Yes, Ko is away here. She'll be putting from long range from the front of the screen. That ridge that I mentioned sort of guards this whole location. She's going to have to putt up and over that ridge to get back to the back tier of the screen where the hole is located today. Once she clears that, it'll move slightly downhill to the hole, moving right to left.
Titicoon at about 20 feet away, maybe just inside that for birdie. That's going to be a 2-putt. How many 1-putts for Lydia today?
She's had, it was 9 through 13, so that's a lot of 1-putts.
Her feet there, the ball really running out. Looks like the low one for Lydia. She's going to try and cut this one, Amy, with the driver.
This fairway tilts left to right. Anything up that left side is going to give her a nice angle to this green. As you mentioned, that pin all the way in the back today, a whole location we haven't seen all first few days. Was always down in the front.
I think the players have found this whole location a little bit more gettable. Lots of green to use. You can roll it up. We've got that tee down fairway finder shot for Lydia. Ball doesn't travel in the air quite as far when she does that, but with that left to right fade.
Perfect time to do it. And she, as we said, is in some really good form after that victory a couple of weeks ago at TPC Boston. This is only the second stroke play event that the LPGA has played on one of the TPC golf courses. The first one was at FM Championship.
对，175。咱们这个至少要落短个，至少要落短个18。
不止吧？
不止，对，15，对。
Listening into a tire.
155，打个145到150。
And then Yan Liu.
最多150。
Coming into this event with a run of 7 missed cuts and leaking oil coming down the stretch here is Yan Liu. It's not been a good final day for her. Now Lydia.
A rare missed fairway for Ko. Just trundling into the rough off the right side of the fairway. Sitting up nicely though. She'll have a good angle. Again, this pin way in the back. It's kind of in this little bowl in the back portion of the screen.
One of the things that impressed me about Lydia's victory at the Olympics was her play from the rough. And it's because she hits a little cut shot. She gets a much better angle on the back of the ball than a lot of players.
Right, first in fairways so far this week. Oh, nice big bounce at the front of that green. It's going to labour to get back.
It's looking great, Tom.
Wow.
Yeah. Still going.
Still going. Just the imagination that she has and the shot making. Pitching that on the front of the green, knew that it would probably get a big first bounce.
She reads the lie really well. She understands golf and what the ball's going to do from certain.
You can't afford to make mistakes when you're battling against Lydia Ko, and she's in this sort of form. It's advantage Ko here on the 15th.
And sure, they're competing, but Lydia's going to compete in her way, which is I'm just going to hit good golf shots.
This was the shot that set up the birdie putt for Lydia, just coming out of that rough. It was a different angle as well because she'd gone so far right off the tee. It was like a straight shot, whereas usually you play across into this green from the fairway, and it just kept getting better. Look how close it gets and where it looked like it was going to finish.
One of the key factors, Tom, to her round today is how good her distance control has been. She's known exactly where she's needed to land it to get the right result.
Looking back from the 16th tee down onto that green, and a birdie putt for Lydia.
As I mentioned, this hole today, way in the back in this little bowl, so everything around this cup just kind of funnels down to the hole. So Ko has a delicate downhill putt here about 10 feet. It's going to want to move off to her right.
Get it right.
Oh, yeah.
And she did. Just fending off Gino Tidekun with the birdie, and now to 8 under par in this final round. Looking to shoot the lowest round of the week here.
Seriously, I mean, what a great round of golf she's playing. I mean, I thought
birdie, and that's the difference between the two of them. Those 4 shots. Lydia Ko with the birdie putt. She's going to be going to Korea tonight. Got a flight in a few hours after the close of play, heading over there. And think how much energy there's going to be to watch Lydia Ko play on the KLPGA Tour. She does come off a victory here, having won that AIG Women's Open last month into the LPGA Hall of Fame. We know how much they love women's golf in Korea, and they're going to love to see Lydia.
It's going to be a great field there on the KLPGA. Minjee Lee, Patty Tavatanakit, Leanne Maliksi, who won the
shoulders. It was just a quick pickup with that left shoulder through impact.
Lydia waiting back on the 16th tee. member.
5 60s.
The 6.
I think you meant the 6 one. Yeah. And those trees are not moving. They weren't when they were first speaking about it.
Can you see that ball?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. It's a little light though. You can just stand okay.
This hole 184 yards today. Wind starting to pick up again. Players hitting straight into the wind.
Into the wind with a cut. Let's see if Lydia can get it anywhere near the hole. That's been tough today. Doesn't really need to get it that close to the hole up by 4.
No, exactly. She's made a par on this hole every day.
For birdie on this back 9. Going to need to make a few more. Lydia Ko leading by 4 with time running out. Well, things have cooled off a bit today in terms of the weather. Some storms in the area, but it's been Lydia Ko who has created the storm. She is 8 under par today. She's gone from 2 back to 4 ahead, and she's got this second shot at the par 3 16.
And she's got a lot to consider here. She's walked all over this green, took the pin out as well. She's about 5 feet off the back on the upslope of this shaved bank. She's got putter in hand now. Looks like she's going to take putter, so she'll have about 5 feet of that fringe to work through first, and then she's going to have to carry this shelf. It extends about 15 feet onto this green, and then she'll catch a downslope down to this hole. So we know Lydia Ko likes to get creative. We'll see how she manages to navigate this one.
Well, it's interesting because she's as good as they come with a wedge in her hand or chipping it. So for her to pull out a putter really gives you an idea that that this really is the best option when it comes to this shot. I trust her more than anybody else to make the right call when it comes to shot decision making. The fact that there's so much downhill really plays into this choice.
Not in for a couple of years ago, but, hoping to stay inside that top 100 at season's end. Meanwhile, Lydia Ko looking for career victory number 22 and her 3rd this year. That doesn't even include the Olympic gold, unofficial event.
Starting to give Nelly a bit of a run for her money in the Player of the Year.
I want to ask you about that as we move forward.
Rain starting to pick up, guys. A lot more consistent rainfall now. Getting a little heavier.
Well, she battled and beat the elements at St. Andrews, and she is 2 holes away from winning a 2nd straight start.
Expect her to tee this one down again then.
Let's see what she's got in her hand there. Is it the driver? It is. There it is. Good call, Karen.
Yep.
Look how far that's teed down. Imagine how if you're playing at home, trying to hit the driver with that ball teed that far. You would never do it. Lydia has just found this shot that she really likes. Tees it down and just hits the little left to right fairway finder.
Good ball.
There it is. Yeah, look at that. And it's just going to trundle on down that tight on the right side, which is a really good line. Just got to avoid the divots here.
Yep.
Yeah. The job for the rest of the season easier in keeping her card. Lydia, though, can be conservative here. She doesn't need to attack.
Well positioned once more on the right side of the fairway. 119 yards downwind.
Really hard to turn that off, Tom, that no need to attack mode when you're striking it so well.
It just seemed like it maybe hung on the wind a little bit there. Let's see that breeze not really affecting the flag, indicating that it may have just, the wind may have just grabbed it. Still a 4-shot lead. Both players missing the green.
Championship last year. She'll head there next week.
Well, it's time for Lydia Ko to show us some more short game magic here.
She always does. She's just found this patchy, wispy rough off to the right of this green. She's got plenty of green to work with here.
It's going to run past the hole, but she'll have that for a par to remain at 22 under. Gino Titicun is struggling for a par here, so Lydia may well have that for a 5-shot lead heading to the 72nd tee. She can be very comfortable in this position. And
player like her, where you're in this situation with the best in the world, and you look at them and then you look at what they do, and if you can apply that to you and realize, okay, what did they do that I didn't do? What was it that I was feeling out there that stopped me from performing at my best? If you can really do that self-assessment, you can really use it moving forward as a good learning experience, and that's what Amy said that Liu wanted to do.
now Lydia for par.
She's got about 7 feet here coming back. Not a lot of movement in this, though.
Yeah, and it's going to be a comfortable lead for Lydia Ko heading to that final hole. You think about what she's achieved. Race to the CME Globe champion 3 times, Rolex Player of the Year twice. Louise Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year in 2014. She's won the CME Group Tour Championship a couple of times. This would be a good year to win it. And I tell you what, if we go to Tiburon.
Now, 5-shot leads are nice, but you don't ever really relax until you've hit the green. Then you can really soak it up.
Pretty long walk as well from the 17th.
Think about this day. Began 2 shots back. She was still 2 back through 8 holes, and now here she is making her way to the 18th tee, up by 5. So you mentioned this earlier, Karen, talking about Player of the Year. And on the LPGA Tour, it is purely points-based. There is no vote. And because Nelly has the 6 wins, this would be the 3rd official win for Lydia. She gets no points for winning the Olympic gold medal. Same story for Nelly back in 2021. And so even if she wins this week, she's still going to be 100 points behind Nelly Korda. You get 30 for a win. So mathematically, it's almost locked up. I would ask you, if Lydia were to go in and win this one and have 3 wins plus the gold medal, plus getting into the Hall of Fame, both she and Nelly would each have a major championship this year. Would you be inclined to vote for Lydia? And how many players do you think might vote for Lydia given what has happened to her this year?
I think that's an interesting proposition. I mean, I like the fact that the LPGA is points-based because you cannot argue with that.
Good.
I think Nelly should have got points for her Olympic victory. I think Lydia should have got points for her Olympic victory. I think it's worthy of points for Player of the Year.
She's missed 5 fairways all week.
Yeah.
I would still give it to Nelly, though. 6 victories is 6 victories with the 1 major each.
Each has done extraordinary things. Nelly tied the all-time LPGA record with 5 straight wins.
But Lydia's making it closer than it could have been.
The sentimental value would incline. Now looking for her first win. Lydia Ko closing in on win number 22. That's important. That moves her inside the top 100 for now. Race to the CME Globe.
599.
Yeah.
This payment too. 262.
One more full swing for Lydia.
I mean, 185.
Yeah, I was going to say 200 is too far.
Is that the pair on the left edge of that bunker?
Yeah, it's basically on the right edge of that P and G, like the structure there.
Just play that number, right? Just because of my ball flight.
Yeah, correct. Good. All right, come on, good commit swing.
Not a bad season there, Grant.
Sounds like they're aiming for that P&G logo in the back, Karen.
Yeah, no, that's exactly where she's going from with her ball flight she was talking about. Little fade. It should really set up well for her. I mean, you've seen how good she is with these hybrids, Amy.
195 from here for Combe.
Yeah.
That was just perfect for her. Little fade into that wind. Get it to sit down softly.
I mean, she's made 1 bogey all week. 1.
I mean, what a good looking golf swing. I mean, the backswing's perfectly on plane. Little fade. She knows what the ball's doing. I mean, how precise has she been with her landing areas too? Distance control. Effortless golf.
But now it's Lydia Ko, just a few steps away from career victory number 22. Karen, you played with her before she even joined the LPGA Tour. She was the youngest ever winner. She was the youngest ever major champion. She had 14 wins before she turned the age of 20. But now, moments away from her 3rd official victory this season, plus that all-important gold medal that got her into the LPGA Hall of Fame. And there's a lot to smile about if you're Lydia Ko.
To let it go, just to smile, to just enjoy the moment. And this will never get old, watching Lydia Ko win tournaments and championships.
As Tom mentioned, she's not sure how much longer she's going to play, but she just keeps setting new goals. After she won the Olympic gold medal, she said, I would like to win another major. And what did she do? She went to St. Andrews and won one. And after that, she said, I'd like to win a few more events, too. I'm not quite done. And here she is with another win.
She has yet to win the US Women's Open. She's yet to win the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. There's 2 majors there that don't have Lydia Ko's name on their trophy. And I'm pretty sure that's got to be a really good goal of hers.
And the way the LPGA designates the career Grand Slam, if she wins one more of those, either the U.S. Women's Open or the KPMG Women's PGA, they would declare her as having won the career slam, even though she hadn't won all 5. Once Evian was added in 2013, the LPGA said they didn't want to punish those players who had won 4 and make it harder to achieve the career slam. So it would be a technicality, but for Lydia, I wouldn't put it past her to win both next year.
Well, no, particularly the way her game has been stacking up this year, the way she's hitting fairways, the way she's found a way to get the ball around the golf course so that her talents of short game can really shine, the putting, the chipping. I mean, it's just been impressive these last few months for Lydia.
Amy, you've had a front row seat right here in your neighborhood. What a champion this event is going to have.
Couldn't ask for much better. This has been fantastic, having a front row seat to this all week. As Karen said, she's just been impeccable. I mean, just flawless, effortless golf. It's been a real thrill.
That's the veteran move. Let the others go ahead and clear out. Then you've got to tap in. The stage is cleared. She knows how to do it. Arkansas Championship, not to beat today. The birdie putt here for Lydia Ko. And the hits just keep coming for Lydia Ko. Win number 22. She comes from 2 back to win the Kroger Queen City Championship presented by P&G by 5. And she shoots the low round of the week by 2 in so doing. I mean, there's doing it, Karen, and then there's doing it once again.
Lydia, this magical run you've been on continues here in Cincinnati. How would you describe the golf you've been playing over this last month?
It's been pretty surreal. You know, I had the most unbelievable 3 weeks in Europe, and now after having another 3 weeks off, you're not entirely sure what it's going to be like. But I started off, this event really strong, playing well the first couple of days, and I kind of hung on there yesterday. And I said, I know that Gino and a lot of the other girls aren't going to play bad golf, so I just got to try and play even better golf. And to have a round like this to cap off a win is pretty special.
A winner now in back-to-back starts, obviously an Olympic gold medalist, 3-time winner now this season. What are your goals now as you look to the closing stretch of the season, given what you've already achieved?
Yeah, I think I pretty much told myself, hey, I don't know if like this is going to happen, but the things that I didn't believe in happened, these past couple months, and I struggled a lot, during the middle of this season, and now I was in a place where like, okay, am I really going to be in the Hall of Fame, and all of those doubts. But I had a fairy tale of these past couple months, and now I feel like if I set my mind to it, maybe I can do it. So I think it's always been a goal of mine to be to do the career Grand Slam, but I just thought that would be so out there. But I feel like I've already been part of this fairy tale, so why not?
Dreams becoming reality. Lydia Ko, congratulations on another win.
Thank you, Amy.
That fairy tale just keeps growing. New chapters get added almost every week for Lydia, don't they? One more look. One bogey for the week.
I mean, that's just impressive golf across the board. She said she wasn't sure what she was going to get. Well, we got a whole lot of Lydia Ko at her best this week.
2 shots back after 8 holes. And a 5-shot victory. Gino dropped a couple, but that was mostly Lydia Ko, wasn't it?
It really was. Just magnificent performance.